The richest people I have ever known do not wear designer suits or flashy labels. They do not drive neon supercars or display watches that cost more than a college tuition. In fact, you probably would not even look twice if you saw them walking down the street or standing in line at the grocery store. But behind the scenes, these individuals are sitting on quiet empires. Real wealth is not loud. It is built in silence through habits that most people either overlook or completely ignore. These are people who live simply but possess financial blueprints that are far more advanced than the average household. They do not make random money decisions based on how they feel today. Instead, they have created systems, mindsets, and patterns that quietly compound in the background while they focus on what truly matters. If you are tired of the constant stress of looking rich and you want to start actually being wealthy, these 7 habits are where your journey begins. You have worked hard for decades, and now it is time to make sure your money is working even harder for you. Habit number 1 is the lazy trick that builds wealth without thinking. Quietly wealthy people are lazy in a very brilliant way. They understand that human willpower is a limited resource that fades as the day goes on. They do not waste their precious energy on repetitive money tasks or trying to remember when a bill is due. Instead, they build automated systems that do the heavy lifting for them. Every single month, their income is automatically divided the moment it hits their account. A specific portion goes straight into investments before they even have a chance to see it. Another chunk feeds their emergency fund, and every bill is paid through automatic transfers. Retirement accounts like a 401k or an individual retirement account are funded without them ever lifting a finger. Automation eliminates the emotional stress of making a choice. If the money is already allocated to your future, there is no temptation to spend it on a whim today. It is like creating an invisible layer of financial discipline that protects you from your own impulses. You will never find a quietly wealthy person waking up in a panic because they forgot a credit card payment or skipped a month of investing. They have built a machine that moves their money in the right direction while they enjoy their lives. To build real wealth, you must stop relying on motivation and start relying on a system that runs quietly in the background. Habit number 2 is why the rich buy less but buy smarter. It might come as a shock, but quietly wealthy people are not cheap. They are highly strategic. They understand a fundamental truth that many people miss. Buying a cheap item that breaks in a year is far more expensive than buying a high-quality item that lasts a decade. This is often called the Boots theory of socioeconomic unfairness. A person who spends $50 on a pair of boots every year will spend $500 over a decade. But the quietly wealthy person will spend $300 on one pair of high-quality boots that last that entire time. They see every single purchase as an investment in longevity. This does not mean they spend more money overall. In fact, it means they spend much better. They research, they compare, and they make purchases that add long-term value to their lives instead of seeking a short-term hit of dopamine. You will not find them splurging on trendy designer sneakers that will be out of style next month. However, you might see them investing in a high-quality mattress, an ergonomic office chair, or kitchen tools that make them more efficient. This mindset trickles into every single area of their spending. They value function over flash, durability over trends, and peace of mind over social status. It is a game of priorities, and they are masters at picking what actually matters for the long haul. Habit number 3 is focused on looking rich versus actually being rich. Most people love to brag about their annual income or the size of their salary, but quietly wealthy people obsess over a different number entirely, and that is their net worth. Income is simply how fast money flows into your life, but net worth is what is left after the bills. The debt and the spending are all finished. You could earn $150,000 a year and still be broke if your expenses are higher. On the other hand, you could earn $60,000 and build a 7-figure portfolio over time if you manage it correctly. The difference is that one person is focused on appearances while the other is focused on assets. The quietly wealthy track their net worth like their life depends on it. They know exactly what their total assets are, and they understand their total liabilities. They monitor how small, consistent increases compound over the years to create a massive safety net. They often break it down by category, knowing how much is in stocks, how much is in real estate, and how much is liquid cash. Their goal is not to win a spending competition with their neighbors. Their goal is to win back their time. Once your net worth reaches a certain point, You no longer need to trade your hours for dollars. That is the exact moment when real freedom begins. If you want to start your journey to true abundance, stop focusing on your salary alone. Start asking yourself what you actually keep and what you are building for your legacy. Habit number 4 is the 10-year mindset that quietly builds millions. Most people think in terms of paychecks and months. They want results right now. But quietly wealthy people think in terms of decades. They understand the incredible power of compound growth, and they are playing a very different game than the crowd. Instead of jumping on the latest investment trend or the newest viral stock, they ask themselves a simple question: what will this decision look like in 10 years? This mindset shift changes everything. It means they are perfectly fine saying no to a luxury vacation they cannot truly afford today. They are willing to delay gratification because they are not thinking about comfort this afternoon. They are thinking about total freedom tomorrow. Compound growth is not flashy or exciting in the beginning. It feels slow, like watching grass grow. But over time, it becomes an unstoppable force of nature. Imagine investing $10,000 at age 25. With a 7% annual return, that single investment becomes $76,000 by age 65 without you doing anything else. Now imagine doing that every single year of your career. Quietly, wealthy people know this math by heart, and it shapes how they live every day. They do not fear missing out on trends because they fear missing out on peace, options, and long-term abundance. Habit number 5 involves the hidden income streams that you never see. Wealthy people understand that depending on just one paycheck is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. If that one income stream dries up, everything collapses. Instead of taking that risk, they build multiple streams of income slowly and strategically over time. It might start with simple dividend stocks that pay out a small amount every quarter. Later, it might grow into a rental property or a small business that brings in consistent cash flow. It is not about becoming a workaholic or trading more of your time for money. It is about getting your money to work even when you are sleeping or enjoying your family. Quietly, wealthy people see their income as a layered portfolio where each stream supports the other. They start small and stay patient. $100 a month from an investment might not seem like much today, but when you multiply that over a decade and add a few more streams, you suddenly have thousands of dollars coming in with zero active effort. This is not magic, it is pure strategy and patience. Over time, it builds a fortress of financial freedom that protects you from the uncertainties of the world. Habit number 6 is why their life does not change even when their paycheck does. Have you ever noticed how some people get a raise at work and immediately buy a new car or a bigger house? This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is the silent killer of wealth. Quietly wealthy people resist this urge with everything they have. When their income increases, their spending stays exactly the same, or it only increases by a very small amount. They have already built a life that they enjoy, so there is no internal pressure to upgrade just because they have more money in the bank. Instead of reacting to more money with more spending, they take a long pause. They might upgrade one small thing that improves their daily health, like higher quality food or a better gym membership. But the bulk of that raise goes directly toward their investments and savings. They understand that every lifestyle upgrade comes with a long-term price tag. A bigger house means higher taxes, more maintenance, and more pressure to fill it with expensive things. By holding off on these upgrades, they create a massive margin of safety and freedom. This allows them to redirect their wealth toward things that actually matter, like early retirement or helping their children. Habit number 7 is how the quietly rich stay calm during times of chaos. When the stock market crashes or the economy becomes unstable, most people panic. They sell their investments at the bottom or they make emotional decisions that ruin years of progress. But quietly wealthy people respond rather than react. They zoom out and look at the big picture. They take a deep breath because they have done the work in advance. They have emergency funds, they have low debt, and they have a long-term plan that does not change because of a bad headline. While others are panicking, they are often looking for opportunities to buy high-quality assets at a discount. This calm comes from a combination of preparation and a strong mindset. They are not living for public opinion or chasing approval on social media. They are not driven by the fear of what others think of them. This emotional control is a wealth-building skill in itself. It is one of the primary reasons they stay wealthy while others have to start over from scratch. These habits do not make the front page of the news. They are not flashy and they rarely go viral. But that is exactly why they work. While the rest of the world is chasing the illusion of wealth, the quietly rich are building the real thing behind the scenes. Start small today. Automate just one account. Track your net worth this weekend and rethink your very next purchase. These are not overnight moves, they are lifetime shifts in your behavior. If you follow them long enough, you will wake up one day and realize that you have become quietly wealthy too. Real wealth is the ability to wake up and say, I can do whatever I want today. That is the ultimate goal, and these habits will take you there. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video where we continue to build your financial fortress.